speaking of travel, in our question of the day, a new Wall Street Journal opinion piece asks, should you always pick up friends and family from the airport?
Yeah, we were just discussing this. The argument's getting a lot of traction as we get ready for Thanksgiving. The airport's always a hassle anyhow, difficult to use, difficult to navigate in and out. So you often say, would it just be easier to go ahead and pay for a cab or an Uber to pick up visitors that might be in town to see you? And for that, we tossed to Steph Haney. This one's tough.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a bad offender at this one. I am. I often get a ride to and from the airport.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is nice, you know, depends. Easier for who is the question. So 3 News viewers, they are on the go. Here's what they said about getting to and from the airport. We have our first response that comes in from Cindy Henry. She says she always has family drop her off and pick her up, and that they wouldn't want it any other way. That is not everyone, but that is great for Cindy. Steve Hecker says he's picking up his wife at O'Hare tomorrow, and it's going to be a nightmare. Looked very busy there, but nothing compared to the wrath he would receive if he did not pick her up. It's good to know expectations. Now, Doc Nat says he uses Uber without problems and makes a reservation, and they're always there. And he has some tips for when you get back from the airport. He says when you return home, no matter who is picking you up, have them meet you in departures, as there is always left traffic in departures. And for cheaper off-site parking services like Park Place and Park and Fly, make those reservations in advance because they fill up quickly if you don't. Now, David Wright Jr. says he drives to the airport, parks his car, and drives home after the trip. And this is David's way of telling us that he's doing okay financially, because that can be very expensive.
Yeah, that can be very pricey. Long-term parking is not cheap.
Tell me you're doing good without telling me you're doing good. Now, in our 3 News in the Afternoon Facebook group, we have this response from Linda, who says she's taking her daughter and granddaughter to the airport next month and picking them up when they get back, that they were going to park at the airport, but she told them she'll drive them and they can leave their car at her house for free. And she uses the cell phone lot for pickup. Now that is a very generous offer.
Yeah, that is.
You know, being able to park somewhere for free and then being taken to and from the airport, that's very nice.
There was one tip in there that really jumped out at me.
Which one?
The pickup at departures. I don't know when I learned of that, but it's been a while now. But it is so much easier because when you come to arrivals, particularly in heavy travel days like today, tomorrow, it can take forever. Sometimes you're 4 away from the curb, loading, and it's very difficult. Departures is a breeze.
Departures is a breeze. I also think that if you are parking, pro tip, at the Cleveland airport, we've talked about it, but those parking lots, especially the red and the blue, right near the airport, they fill up so quickly. So if you're planning to park there, seriously, give yourself extra time to find a spot, because I've been in a situation where I'm like, oh my gosh.
You're going to miss your flight because you don't have a spot.
I'm going to miss my flight.
Yeah, I've been there too. One tip from one of our viewers said he's picking up, I believe, his wife from O'Hare. I hope he meant she's flying from O'Hare to Cleveland and he's picking her up at Hopkins, not driving all the way to O'Hare to pick up because that is a friend. I mean, there's no debate on that. You don't have to do that.
I did get diverted into Chicago once, though, and then I had to get picked up there, and it was a mess.
Yeah, that happened to Pittsburgh once for me. Thanks, Steph. Great advice.
Yeah, really good advice. Thank you.